Welcome back to another player build, y'all. Today we have one of the most exciting young players, Clayton Keller, of course, of the Utah Hockey Club. Let's not waste any of y'all time. Let's get right into how to make this build for y'all. Let's get into it. Now, for Clayton Keller, of course, there's a few different archetypes you could go with. I did try and make him a sniper. However, I decided that the playmaker overall had better stats, attributes, and I just like the overall combination of everything for Clayton Keller with a playmaker better. So that's what we went with. He's, of course, 5'10", 178 pounds as he's listed on the NHL website. He does, of course, shoot left-handed, and abilities and boosts we will come back to as always. Now, first for Clayton Keller's technique attributes, we're, of course, going to add 3 to speed because he is, of course, a pretty fast skater. Not only that, but we're going to add 4 to agility because he is, of course, a very agile skater as well. Clayton Keller overall is just a very, very, very good skater. So we're going to take 4 off balance, then we're going to take 1 off slap shot accuracy and 1 off wrist shot accuracy as well. Next, for your power attributes, like I said, we're going to add 3 to acceleration because of the same exact reason. Clayton Keller is a pretty fast skater. Then we're going to add 1 to slap shot power, 2 to wrist shot power, and we're just going to take 5 off endurance. Reason being is, like I always say with these player builds, the endurance is just not really what I'm focused on showing for these player builds. After that, for playstyle attributes, we're of course going to add 2 to passing as Clayton Keller. The whole reason we made him a playmaker is because he is, of course, a remarkable playmaker. Then we're going to add 1 to offensive awareness, 2 to stick checking, and 2 to defensive awareness as Clayton Keller is a pretty decent defender. He's not the best defender by any means, but for a winger slash, he does play a little bit of center, he is a pretty solid defender. Then we are going to take 5 off body checking because that is just not really a part of Clayton Keller's arsenal like that. Then for your tenacity attributes, we're going to add 5 to hand-eye, 3 to strength, then take 5 off both shot blocking and your durability. And finally, for tactics attributes, we are of course going to add 5 to deking because Clayton Keller is of course super talented with the puck on his stick. We're going to add 2 to face-offs because, like I said, he does play center every once in a while. He's not that great at it, though, so I didn't want to give him higher than 87 face-offs because he barely really breaks 45% face-off percentage, which is why he's been playing winger, I believe. So we're going to give him a little bit of face-offs in case you want to use this build in 6s and your center gets a penalty or something and you end up in the circle for whatever reason. You can use this build a little bit with that 87, but like I said, I just could not justify giving him 90 face-offs. But of course, we're going to take 5 off fighting and 3 off discipline as well. Now, going back to abilities, for Clayton Keller's zone ability, you could of course give him a few different abilities and it would be more than justifiable. However, I decided to go with tape to tape because, like I said, he's just an absolutely remarkable passer and an incredible playmaker. Then for Clayton Keller's superstar abilities, for his first one, I debated between giving him a few different shooting abilities. First one being close quarters, second one being 1T, and third one being snipe. And reason being, he does, of course, has a remarkable one-time shot. He does, of course, has a remarkable wrist shot wherever on the ice. And close quarters kind of combines them both a little bit. Of course, it only gives you them close to the net. But he is super, super skilled with those super close snapshots as well. So I feel like close quarters was kind of the best to highlight for him out of the 3. Then for his second one, I wanted to give him a dangling ability or a stick handling ability. So I decided to give him puck on a string. I debated between ankle breaker and puck on a string. I ultimately landed on puck on a string. Reason being, I just feel like this ability suits him better. And finally, for Clayton Keller's boost, to be completely honest with y'all, it was a little bit difficult for me to actually decide between what boost I wanted to use for this Keller build because I feel like most of his attributes are really in a pretty good spot where I kind of like them for a Clayton Keller build. But ultimately, of course, we had to pick 2 boosts. So the first one we went with is controlled deking. Just to give him that 92 deking. I mean, like I said, he's an incredible stick handler, so I just wanted to boost that a little bit more. Second one I decided to give him is power cardio. Reason being is, like I said, I didn't really know what else to use it on. I felt like everything else was in a pretty good place. But of course, in NHL 25, you can always use a little bit more endurance. So we did boost that a little bit as well. And that's how we recreated Clayton Keller right here in ESHL. Let's hop right into game 1 and show y'all what we can do with this build. Let's get right into it for y'all. Here we are, fellas, hopping into game 1 with a much overdue player in Clayton Keller, of course. This is actually my first time ever making a Clayton Keller build on this channel, whether it be short, when I was doing it long form in previous years at all. I have never done a Clayton Keller build at all. and he is honestly one of my favorite and most exciting players to watch in the NHL right now, and has been for quite a few years. So I am super, super excited to bring this build to y'all. I cannot lie. Oh, nice. There it is. Okay, see, we started off right, but Clayton Keller is off to a pretty good start this year. 50 points through 45 games, so just over a point per game player. Really solid. And honestly, I think he's just under a point per game player on his career, if I'm not mistaken. So, like I said, Clayton Keller has always been an extremely good player. But the reality is he's just been on the Coyotes and now the Utah Hockey Club, and they just haven't been the greatest teams that he's been on. And when you're not on the greatest teams, your point production and stuff is just not going to be that great. But when your point production is still basically point per game on all those teams, yeah, you're a legit player. And that Clayton Keller very much is. Bang. Oh, no, I didn't just miss that, bro. No, I didn't just bury that on the outside of the net. Oh, nice. Dude, come on. Holy, do I suck right now. All right, here we are, fellas. Hopping in the second period. Listen, it has not been the best first period. I mean, like I said, we've been making the plays. We just have not been finishing them, that's for sure. That one is an absolute dime. At least I can count on my boy Compton to finish that one. Let's go. Good shit, Compton. Nice. Damn. That was a muffin anyway. Oh my gosh. Oh. We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll definitely take that. All right. Clayton Keller, pretty good on breakaways, pretty good on penalty shots / shootouts. So let's see if we can finish, and we just absolutely missed the net, I think. Holy, dude, I am selling right now. There it is. Finally, we finally got one on this Keller build. Holy, have I been selling right now. Nice. Oh no, he got that. Oh shit. Oh yeah. Bang. Oh my gosh, what a freaking snipe. There we go. There's a Keller type shot. That's what I'm talking about. Bang, and another absolute freaking ripper, and that is gonna do it for them, I think. Yep, absolutely incredible first game from the Keller build. You say we had 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points on this Keller build. I know they didn't even make it through 2 periods, just about 2 periods, but we are going to hop into game 2, where I promise y'all from the start, we are going to actually finish our nice plays. We're going to make the right plays. We're going to make some better passes. I promise y'all all around, game 2 is going to be a better game from this Keller build. Let's hop right into it for y'all. Let's get it. Here we are, fellas, hopping into game 2 with this Clayton Keller build. And like I said in game 1, we had a lot of opportunities, but couldn't finish. Hopefully we can finish in game 2, but that is not a good start at all. Oh yeah, great defense. Spin move. Pass. Oh no! Now, Clayton Keller's been the heart and soul of the Utah Hockey Club for quite a few years now. Well, technically only this year. He's been the face of the Arizona Coyotes for quite a few years before that. But regardless, even though they are the Utah Hockey Club now, I think this will be great for Clayton Keller because, I mean, they weren't always in that college arena, but the past few seasons they've been in that college arena, and that just has to suck playing in front of that little fans. So now that they're in Utah and they got that nice big arena, it seems like those Utah fans really be showing love and they're excited. They love that shit. So hopefully that's good for Clayton Keller. Hopefully that's good for Utah, the hockey club, just that whole team moving forward. Now, they may not be the best team in the league. They're definitely not one of the best, most talented teams in the league, but they do still have a lot of very solid players on their team. Clayton Keller obviously being number one, but you also have guys like Logan Cooley. Oh my gosh, dude. You also guys like Logan Cooley, though, Nick Schmaltz. I mean, of course, you have Connor Ingram, who's been playing really well for them the past few seasons. There's just a lot of talent. They just really don't have a whole lot of high-end guys, just like Clayton Keller. He's probably like their biggest, most talented big-name prospect, and we just cannot buy a freaking goal right now. Holy, there we go. Thank you, Clayton Keller. We finally got one going. Here we are, fellas, hopping into the second period, and I completely forgot to mention the kind of elephant in the room that we are, of course, playing wing instead of center. And reason being is that Clayton Keller obviously has played some center, but the reality is he just has not been good at faceoffs, and he has been playing a lot more wing recently. And I think a large part of that reason is because of his struggle on the faceoffs. And holy shit, this goalie just absolutely robbed me. But because of that and the fact that he's actually listed as a winger right now on the NHL website, we just decided to make him a winger, and actually in the NHL game, of course, as well. So we decided to make him a winger. No way it doesn't let him shoot that. Also, at this point in time, after their win tonight, Utah Hockey Club sits just 3 points out of a wild card spot. So they are very much still in the race this year. They haven't really made a deep run lately, and even if they do end up with a wild card spot, I don't know if they really do have the roster to make a run, like I said, but that would definitely be a good sign for Clayton Keller and this Utah Hockey Club. Oh my gosh, dude. This goalie is literally just owning us right now. No way that stays out, bro. Thank you. Come on, game. Holy shit. Hopping into period number 3, and of course, starting with our player build rankings. So coming in at number 1 still is going to be the Cale Makar build. Reason being is this is a D-man build, but the reality is you can play like every position with this. You can hop up in the rush when you do play defense. There literally is not a single thing you can't really do with that Cale Makar build, so that's why it's number 1. Coming in at number 2 still is going to be the Matvey Michkov build. The Michkov build, like I've been saying, just an absolute all-around offensive superstar build. Everything you could possibly want to do with a build, that Michkov build can literally do on offense. Has a little good shit packs. Let's go. Way to battle for that. Has a little bit of defense, but mostly the offense is why that build is so good. Coming in at number 3, and quite the opposite of that kind of just offensive player, is going to be that Suk, the best 200-foot build you could pretty much ask for out of all these player builds. Two-way forward build, can dangle like crazy, has a pretty good shot, but can also play the shit out of defense on the defensive end. So it does not matter where this build is going to play defense, and then as soon as it gets the puck, steals it from you, it's going to turn around and it is going to absolutely dangle you out of your skates, and it is going to score a goal with no issue. Coming in at number 4 is going to be the Nathan MacKinnon build still. The reason being, same as before, he's super quick. That build is super good. But the main thing that really holds him back is that he is just not good at faceoffs IRL, so we couldn't give him a good faceoff rating for his build. And that is really going to hurt a center build. If he could play wing a little bit, if he played wing a little bit in real life, then it would be one thing. But unfortunately, he only plays center, so we have to just kind of make do. And that we definitely did with that build. But that's why that build's number 4 and not number 3 or number 2, to be honest with y'all. And rounding out our top 5 for this one is going to be the Clayton Keller build. And honestly, it really sucks because I do truthfully, I genuinely like this Clayton Keller build so much. I've been making so many good plays on this build, but it just comes to a point that it's like I can only blame myself for so many goals, like, and stuff, and like it gets to a point where some of them are very clearly the build, whereas if I had either a different player build or just a different build in general, I would absolutely be scoring some of these goals. So because of that, Clayton Keller is going to break the top 5, but he is just barely going to make the top 5 for these builds. And I don't know, if you end up trying this build and you like it more and you're able to finish some more plays, let me know. If y'all hit some nasty clips, definitely let me know and tag me in them down below. Let's go. Great play. Let's go. Huge play for the boys there. All right. Come on, Ryan. Need a big save out of here, kid. Oh, okay, I guess that counts still. Here we are, fellas, hopping into OT, and listen, we have not been playing too great, but if we could bury the OT winner, that would be a huge way to make up for some of our mistakes this game, that's for sure.
Off the draw, they take possession. Here's a short pass to Powers.
Big hit, come on. Get that, oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Let's go, Clayton Keller with the OT winner, baby. Let's fucking go. Absolutely phenomenal second game from the boys. As you see, we had 2 goals, 2 assists, only 4 out of our 5 points, unfortunately, but we had some really big plays and some really nice plays, even though they didn't necessarily lead to points or anything. We still did make some really good plays with this build. So I know that if you're a Clayton Keller fan and you want to try out a new build, trust me, if you're better at the game than me, which does not take much, trust me when I tell you all that, you will absolutely love this build. You will be dangling people out of their skates and you will be scoring goals and making plays like crazy with this build. So with that being said, if you did enjoy, please feel free to drop a like, comment any other players you want to see me recreate in ESHL down below, and also sub with notifications on so you don't miss your favorite players in the future. I appreciate you boys watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace out, y'all.